Okay, I'd just like to say thank you to all those who came in today for the Mental Health Awareness Week event that the Nous organized. Today we've looked at bipolar disorder. It's not just about the diagnosis of bipolar that the day is about. It's about the fact that we use this opportunity to raise the bar a little bit about the information and knowledge that we have in our community about mental health issues. For me, I am glad that a lot of people are learning to talk more and more people are talking. And it's not just talking, it's also about the fact that we're able to apply some gentle kind of constructive pressure on local authorities and the commissioners who actually at the primary and the secondary care level work with people who have mental illness. Like I say all the time, mental illness is like any other illness. It's like cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure. It's like any other illness, and I believe that conversations around it should not be shrouded like it previously was shrouded. People and workplaces should recognize that mental illness should be treated like all the other illnesses. On Thursday, we had a very interesting session. We had an open mic session in this local authority where we're hosting today's event, and part of what we looked at was mental health in the workplace. Part of what we did highlight on Thursday is the fact that we believe that employers are under a legal duty to make reasonable adjustment for all forms of disability, all forms, notwithstanding and not taking out mental illness. Mental illness, when there's a confirmed diagnosis, can actually disable a person from functioning. However, that doesn't stop us or stop whoever has been diagnosed from being productive in the community. It's still very much possible. We have people who have bipolar. They're the best songwriters ever. You have people who are bipolar. They're the greatest artists ever. Just go, do some bit of research. You know, like I said, go to University of Google, do some bit of research, and you find out that the best painters that we've had in history, the best composers, the best musicians, most of them actually have a diagnosis of mental health, of bipolar particularly. Because at the heightened form, at that manic state, there's some positivities with it that can actually be enhanced. So what we say at the Nous, let's talk about mental health. We cannot keep quiet. Let's talk about how to maintain a balanced mental well-being. Let's talk about how when you just slightly tip over a little bit, how you can come back. And let's talk about things that you can do to prevent you from tipping over. The tipping over can happen to any one of us. One major life event, no matter your religion, no matter your knowledge, no matter your race, no matter your creed, it can actually affect any one of us. The tipping over, how do you know the signs that you're tipping over? Those are the excellent things that were discussed today. We had MHAW who told us about his life experience, the things that he did when he experienced his manic times. We heard Dr. Adebayo talk to us about what bipolar is. He gave us some fantastic statistics. And of course we had Dr. Shade Olajubu, who spoke to us the clinical point of view. And there was Teresa Palmieri, who is from the Improving Access to Talking Therapies in Brent. She gave us very practical things about what to do and how to cope, so that there can be some kind of self-help, if I can use the word, early intervention to prevent people from actually tipping over, to prevent anybody from going over to the other side. What I will say to wrap this up, because I can talk on this for the next 30 minutes without any questions being asked, but I need to wrap up. I will say, let's talk about mental health. Don't keep quiet. There's a lot of research that is out there. Mental illness can affect anyone, black, white, tall, short, female, male, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, whatever. It affects across board. So let's talk about mental health. And like the word says, it's about the Nous. Without a balanced mind, your spirit cannot function and your body will not function well. So the Nous is important. It's about the Nous. Your spirit is important, your body is important. But however, if the Nous is out of sync, both parties would not be able to link together. And that's why we have this as our sign. The triangle actually says, this green here actually means the mind. This is the spirit, and this is the body. It's the mind that connects both of them together. If you take this away, you'd realize that these two would never be able to function very well. There's a message to the signage for the Nous. The three of them have to be together. The Nous, which is a Greek word for mind, links both together. They would not be well linked up together there if you don't get a good base, and that is what the mind is about. Our mind is important. We need to guard, protect what goes in there, and we need to make sure just for adventure the mind has tipped a little bit. We bring our minds back, and that's what we're doing in the community, raising awareness about mental well-being, raising awareness about what the signs are, raising awareness about the services that are out there, and how people can support those who may be going through. Thank you very much.
I attended the Nous workshop that was held today at the Brent Civic Center, and it's about mental health awareness. I was given the privilege of speaking about bipolar, and I did that. I shared that privilege with a number of colleagues and friends. As a psychiatrist, I gained and I learned a lot. And it became increasingly clear to me today that there's a need, an incredible need for us all to understand more and more about mental illness and to address the issues and to get rid of the stigma. And I'm grateful for what Nous is doing, and I hope and look forward to many more of this kind of events. Thank you very much.
The event has been really good, very informative. We've had some really down-to-earth stories from some of the users and some of the pit sufferers for mental health and bipolar. It's also educated us on not just the medicine, managing with medicine. We've had lots of natural remedies, exercise, loads of signposts into different organisations that can help us. I mean, it's really good and it can only get better.
Let's Talk About Bipolar was a very emotional event. You heard some true, powerful accounts from family members, from sufferers themselves, and also you had a great wealth of experience in terms of practitioners. And I would encourage all of those who are interested in this issue to not be afraid to seek out, to reach help. There are places, there are people, there are conversations. We've got community support platforms, so let's make use of what's available to us. Keep spreading awareness.
Hello everyone, my name is Teresa. I'm one of the senior CBT therapists in Brent Apt in the NHS. What a privilege to be part of this great event today, just to raise awareness on mental health issues. My invite is to everyone to actually speak up and to express the way they're feelings, to share with their family, friends, to seek out help actively and just go to to GPs and other health professionals to get support. I would encourage everyone to actually have a look at our website, which is www.cnwtalkingtherapist.org.uk. We're there to help you, to offer you support if you register with a GP in Brent, and please do actually work together to try to reduce the barriers to mental health support.
Right, what have I learned today? It's been a great session today, and I've learned a lot about bipolar that I didn't know before. And I was constantly checking myself to see if I was manifesting any of the symptoms. I think it's good knowledge to have. Even if you're not working within such services, I think it's good to have. If you've got children, you've got friends, family, it's good to be aware of these things so that if you see these sort of things happening to family or friends, you can identify and you can pick it up very, very quickly. I think the other thing they talked about was to know your children or know your child, which is very important. If you know your children, when they start departing from normal behaviour, you can pick things up much earlier, and also knowing where to go to get help. So all round, it was a very, very, very good session. I'm looking forward to the next one. I've been to a few, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Hi, my name is Paul Chandalivam. I'm from Genesis Housing Associations. I'm a services manager for Outreach Market. Today is the mental health awareness event organized by Nous. It's a wonderful event. It's a crucial work that they are doing, a great job they are doing. Nowadays, especially in the ethnic minorities, people are suffering secretly mental health. because there's a huge stigma attached to it and the cultural backgrounds. This is giving a lot of pressure on people who are suffering in mental health. I mean, these sort of events is very important to bring awareness, and there are a lot of helps available. Don't suffer secretly. Come out and seek advice and help from mental health workers surrounding your borough, especially in branches. Is a great help up there. So if you want to help, please contact Nous or just go through the website and you can see it. God bless you.
It's been a wonderful day at the Nous event. Let's talk about bipolar. I've learned so much today. Lots of people were open about what they're going through. And if you're out there and you know you're going through similar challenges, please, let's talk about it. I am a sufferer myself, and because of the Nous, I've been able to get up and learn and access the services that are appropriate for my needs. It's so real. The mental illness is so real out there, and we don't want people to keep suffering in silence. Enough of hearing about all these suicides going on. The Nous organization is available to help us identify services that are appropriate, that is accessible to us for free. Let's talk about it. It's time to talk about it. We've heard about bipolar, we've heard about depression, anxiety, what to look out for, what triggers it, and the strategies that are available for us to be able to deal with them. If you know somebody who is going through mental illness, it is like any other illness. It is like cancer, like HIV, like migraine, like high blood pressure. Please, let's stop running to church for deliverance. I believe in prayer. I pray. I listen to the word of God. I apply those things. At the same time, I also access the medical services that are appropriate for my need. Let's do all the things that we are meant to do. It is real. It is not a demonic possession. It is an illness.
Obviously, being a part of the mental health wellness group in the community has actually opened my eyes to a lot of challenges that we Africans face that we really don't understand, and people are not looking at it. For example, right from the time that children are young, they display some kinds of behaviors parents don't understand, teachers don't understand. Sometimes they beat the life out of them, not knowing that they have that problem. But in such a gathering like this, we discover that people have bipolar, and it's a chemical imbalance that needs understanding and needs intervention, that needs family support. And one of the reasons why we're having this conference is to raise an awareness about mental health, because we don't talk about it. It's an hush-hush, kind of, how would I put it? It's an environment of hush-hush and an environment of stigma. And what we are doing in Nous is to raise an awareness, to make people understand that there's nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, if you're not ashamed about having cancer, if you're not ashamed about having diabetes, why are you ashamed about having, mental health issues? But, one thing good about this is that, people are becoming more aware, but we need to break the stigma. We need to talk about mental health more. We need to encourage other people. In this year alone, we've had quite a few young people commit suicide, and a lot of the times before people commit suicide, they've gotten to that stage, where they are, fed up. They don't even know, that they are fed up. They've got depression. They don't have anyone who can understand. People come to them, just get up with it. Why are they? Sometimes they think and they wonder, why are they different? Why are they listless? But a lot of the times, you find out that people are not sensitive, and because they are not sensitive, they are not able to help. And so one of the things that such an open mic workshop does is to open people's eyes and give people tips on how to support people that are going through, which includes understanding, which includes knowing what to say and not what to say, knowing when to refer them to a third party, not making them feel that they are different or they are abnormal, because you find that people that do lapse into bipolar, they have their good moments also, and they have their good moments and they have their bad moments. So we take it and, they have their bad moods and they have their good moods. So when we're talking to them, we shouldn't, discriminate, especially when they're at work. We shouldn't discriminate against them. We should, support everyone that is, going through bipolar, and especially people in the African community. This is a time for us to come around, because if we don't come around, if we don't petition the government, they won't understand what is going on. They won't understand, how best to support us, because we are here in the UK and we're here to make a difference. But if we're not engaging enough with the people that can make a difference, how can we effect the changes that we need to effect? I have actually enjoyed every bit of today. I have learned and going to take the tips I've learned to actually, work with it and run with it. It's actually been a very successful conference. Thank you.